This is the video review of my demo reel. This demo reel was designed to be a basic blank slate so that I can tailor it specifically to whatever job I am applying for in future. I would change the music because it's a little more elevator music than actually like proper demo reel, get me excited about what I'm seeing here kind of music. I would also change the card that I have here because this is the only place in the demo reel that I have this card, and it's really not all that interesting or eye-catching. It's really just an artist stamp that can be put in as a watermark on any of the pieces in here, and I would like to actually make something a little bit more personal and a little bit more specific to me and my skills as an artist. The assets that I have in here are not all polished. Like, this was from the very beginning of the degree to kind of get the fundamentals of animation in, and the movements and the emotion of the character. The reason these controllers are still in here is because, one, I had no idea how to not render them, and two, the teacher wanted them there specifically because he wanted to make sure that all of the controls were where they were supposed to be, and I didn't have this knee going off into Canada or Norway or something like I try to do here, where I have a very quick pivot of the knee. And this piece I very much like. The only changes I would make would be to re-render it so that I could get rid of these pixelization, because I rendered it at a very low setting, and I would also add in a background, probably change the floors to look a little bit more like carpet or hardwood floor, and change the couch to look a little bit less Barbie doll hotel-esque. But other than that, I might, the last change I might make would be to change the color of this vase to something a little bit lighter, maybe a pastel, so that it puts a little bit of color onto this area specifically. I have the 2D animation pieces I have are a special piece in my heart, so that because that's really what got me into the degree field and the choice of degree in the first place, because 2D animation has always held high regard for me. So and I just found it the most fun. So of course those are going to be in my demo reel somewhere to show that, I'm capable of it first, and to show that I'm capable of doing it pretty well. I have a slightly higher than beginner level knowledge of it. I would keep these modeling pieces in specifically for a modeling job application or a job portfolio, and because I'm very proud of the chest piece, the guitar, the table, the bench, I would take out the shield. I would probably add some lighting. I would add a little bit of texture in, make this look a little bit more like wood, and maybe color the walls. And the same idea, I would make this look kind of like a actual board, because it's hard to see that these are each separate pieces here. And I would add in some liquid to these jars, and I would probably fix up the base of this crystal ball here. I would probably also take the bellows out entirely because it doesn't really fit. I have the 2D there because I just love it so much. And same kind of idea with this piece. I would take out this towel because it's kind of an eyesore and it makes the mirror blend in with the faucet a little bit. And I would add in some texture to this rug, and I would add in some texture to the floor, make it look like tile, and add in some lighting so that it looks like an actual room. This piece I would probably redo almost completely. I would keep the same kind of idea, but I would make her take less steps. I would make her pause a little bit more and do that kind of cartoon kind of flailing before she falls forward. I would change the timing. I would make her fall be a little bit quicker, and then because she goes from falling to just kind of walking very, very easily, and I want her to actually have to exert effort to slow down. And I might add in some like ambiance or something so that I could kind of give it a little bit more atmosphere. And then with this piece, I wouldn't really change anything because this, I really enjoyed how it turned out. And if I really, like, under duress had to change anything, I would change the shoulder here and make it a little bit brighter, and maybe change the brightness level here on the helmet and make the shine a little bit brighter, and maybe add some extra dust motes. But other than that, I wouldn't really change anything about this piece. This piece I would kind of exaggerate a little bit more. I would and pull one end and kind of push the other to make it actually look like it's flapping in wind and not, you know, being kind of blustered by a very light breeze. And this final piece, I would scrunch him up a little bit more at the top of his jump, maybe put him a little bit higher so that there's some contrast to him being on the ground and him being up in the air. And right here at the end, I would pay a little bit closer attention to the rope and how it interacts with the character, because one of the things that I have noticed is that the character clips through the rope. So if and or when I do actually go back, I will make sure to fix that. And at the very, very end, I would have the end card instead of just a blank screen. That way it has my contact information for future reference. Thank you so much for listening.